I so desperately want to be done with this game. Like, listen, I love Phoenix Wright. It's been so fun. It's not that the game's not fun. It's just this episode, I feel like in particular, has been dragging on and on and on. I want the case to be over. I want to be able to take a mini break from Phoenix Wright before we proceed on to the next game. So and plus there's some new games that new, but also just like other games in general I just want to see and try out too. Like, I'm feeling kind of the burnout. So we should definitely be able to finish it today though. From what I don't know how this like episode ends. I didn't like cheat in that sense, but like I did look at a quick guide just to see how much there was, and we're right at the end. We're almost there. Almost there. We can do this. And if it turns out stream ends up being shorter because of this, I might just go ahead and pull up a different game. I don't know what yet, but we'll figure it out when we get there. But for now, let's actually start playing this. Yeah? Yes. Oh, right. That's what I did. Trial letter. See, it got so dragged out for 3 days. Like, there's former and there's latter. That's just how much there is to this game. Adjusting myself just to be comfortable. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? I'm a pal. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh shit, that's right. Oh, that's awkward. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Ah, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. Oh, thanks for assuming. Wait, what? How is that gonna work? What? My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Did he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How's it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said? I'm just gonna check something real quick. Okay. Still getting used to like audio settings and like how everything should be adjusted. I think I've now started to get to like the mic thing down, but it's a work in progress. Lord Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Oh yeah, they kept mentioning that. Risks. What did he mean by that? It's simple. He's talking about the board game, obviously. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits the right to say anything too? Hey! Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah! I know how to murder people now. Now I can just do it on purpose. Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. Forced herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery. He can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Fucking finally. Emma, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. Ugh. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right? It's time to end this. Hand in hand. Love conquers all. Oh! I always love when I accidentally stop right before a to be continued. How do I always end up doing this? For some reason, I didn't think the game would give me a to be Trial Ladder 2. Holy fuck, that's how much there is to this fucking game. This episode. February 25th, 2:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Why am I talking weird as him? I don't know. Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you are aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Why? I can't get the judge voice down. It doesn't... I'm not doing it right. None of it sounds right. Oh well, of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. Excuse me. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Lies! Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course, I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? Phoenix, we both know she's not. We both know she's not. She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Alright, so I guess we'll just start by kind of like pressing on stuff. Otherwise, I'm not 100% sure what... But think about it, Miss Skye. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. Ugh! I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Did you Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago? Rearrange the crime scene. To get dark and nothing to do with that crime. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying! She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Lie the fuck down, ma'am. Lie down. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying! It's like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Gotta get Law to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Okay. Let's check stuff. Let me see. What do I have? I want to feel like something about this, because it was found in his safe. Maybe. Like, could I present the vase? So it's not the vase. For some reason, even though it was found in... even though it was fucking found in his, safe, whatever. You know what I mean? How does that not contradict it? Okay. What else do I got that would... Something to do with the cloth, maybe? Oops. Wait, what if I press this? You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm doing something right. It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. Broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? That doesn't match that. But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean, the Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. That is so. What happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. It's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the wound, then moved the body. You planted the tip of Dark's...
Gosh, that went by too quickly. But why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. Maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. The body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
Pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of the jar, you mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So, when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma? But how did her name get written on it then? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone.
What if I ask the other question?
Why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out.
Very well, let's have this witness testimony. The reason Miss Sky fabricated the knife.
I knew that the typical wound found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. Worked. Okay, I kind of mucked it up. I didn't think it would erase it. I thought it would like add on to her testimony, but no, apparently it just erases it. Okay, so let me save. Do I then present the jar itself? Okay. Miss Sky, understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene where Miss Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction? In my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right.
You have a problem with that?
It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Yeah, he's kind of got a point. Order, order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. You may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Thank you for the resubscription. Hi, beep boop. Gosh, it's been, wow, 11 months. Damn, time flies. Thank you, though. Hello.
Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony.
Jar and message and blood. Okay. That's fine. You're not, it's only like, what, 30 minutes ago? That's not too bad. You said you wanted to be pained, so I gave you the pain. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Halfway there, halfway to what?
Right, well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay then. Almost went to the wrong place. Okay. Dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. I wiped away the blood. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Anna, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. Detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Oh, there's gotta be something about that. I don't know how. Because we found a piece, I think, if I remember right. Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Am I on track? Yes. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? Knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every lost piece and wiped the blood off of them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yep, Phoenix did it. He's the one. Case closed. Everyone can go home now. Hello. Hi.
But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
Nope, she said she got all of them. I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along.
Huh, can you believe that? No one wants your personal stories right now. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's throwing me through loops, and like it goes for so long. It's such a long case. It's like, when this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
Oh, that!
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? He's my best friend.
Pearl's broken. Oh boy. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? He's your BFF.
No!
Holy shit, why is the judge so close to Chief Gant? I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird as fuck.
Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
I love how even the judge gets his own freak out moment, even though it wasn't a lot. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. I know this one!
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. Reason why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet. Ooh. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. The Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. How did you know? No! Not I! I'm so innocent. No! Don't take me to prison. I won't survive there. Oh, lies. Imagine that, coming from my own client.
Guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Excuse you? Also, wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? You're turning into Mr. Ron. Ha ha ha. What an original joke.
Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Good job, Twitch. Good job.
All right, the witness may testify once more, for the final time.
Actual crime scene. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But it's not a sword, it's a spear. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor's sword?
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof.
What?
I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. Wait, is it the book? The book she gave us forever ago? I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Nana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Look in the book. Is it gonna prompt me to look in the book? Look, yeah, I think it's the book. Oh, wait. But it doesn't let me check the book. Except for that. I guess I just have to present it.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Oh, now they want me to check it. I love the duck. It's so cute. Okay. Flip it though. H. N. Okay. There's a picture here. Oh, damn. Oh my. Damn the spirit. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Last picture is inserted into the court record. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago taken. That's terrible wording. Mr. Wright! That piece cut from his vest. Could that be? Cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? Those fingerprints are yours. They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with this cross-examination. So unless you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin this cross-examination. Let's go! Okay. Crime scene. Held on that seat. Ooh. What? I barely got to do anything! Final boss mode? Come now, Udgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I have ever seen. Chief Gant. I know, damn him, right? What? Now you want to make me out as the bad guy, too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeit your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Ah! So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you. But I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't. But someone does.
Someone?
So, what's your excuse, righto? Ugh. Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. I show that piece of evidence now. Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you'll be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. I'm gonna save, because this sounds like a saving kind of moment. Okay. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? See? Saving is absolutely best friend. Okay. I want to save actually here. But but if I don't show the evidence, I could be fucked. But then if I show it, I don't know if it's gonna be like immediate game over or like if there's like a way to work with it. Why did he hide it in his safe? Oil, I guess. So something about it is oily, but okay, that doesn't help me right now. Oh, thank you. Posture checking and then hydrate. I mean, I saved, so whatever happens, happens, but... Hello, Exonerator. Hi. Okay, thank you for redeeming. Sorry, for some reason my brain didn't register who that was using the points. Okay. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't know. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. All right. The time's finally come to show it to them. Emma, don't be excited. Emma. Those prints have got to be the Chiefs. They're not.
Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence shows you actually...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that's not... Why not? You know which item to show.
Mr. Wright, if you're not sure, then think it through again. How can you use that evidence to your advantage?
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I completely pressed the wrong button. This gets confusing, I swear.
Use that evidence to your advantage.
What do I do now? I cannot show evidence because it's the rules. I accidentally figured out the logic. Yes, okay. Yes. Yeah, because the rule, the thingy, yes. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I could present at this point in time. What? You lie.
Chief Grant?
You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Emma, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Listen, she needs to shut up for her own good. I say this because I love her. She needs to shut the fuck up. Or she's gonna get us both in trouble. See the victim's vest and notice anything odd about the chest area, besides the oozing amount of blood coming out.
It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the Chief of Police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
I'm cooking in the background and woman's work. Well, I wish you good luck with the cooking.
Probably not, but it's going to be the biggest, I read this. Biggest scandal.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her?
I knew Lana, but made it look like the blame lay with her sister. That when she saw the scene, she would ask me for her aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky?
Told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
I ended up using the evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far? Wrong voice. Hold on.
Fair enough. I don't really use mayo myself.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hit the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
What if you fabricated all the evidence? What's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Oh, some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer.
Oh, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
A foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. I cannot show the evidence because it hasn't been accepted into court. Oops. My bad. No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, I'd just expose that poor girl's fingerprints. Right? Think hard over the circumstances.
Circumstances?
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So,
Edgeworth figured out my plan?
Damn it.
Mr. Wright, this is your only chance.
Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence.
Who actually sure... Mr. Edgeworth, your opinion, please? I think Mr. Wright's humor has improved at the expense of his defense.
Damn it!
It's not what the game's going for? Alright. Does it really want the piece of cloth? I'm so confused. I thought we were going for something. I thought we were going for something, and now I'm so confused. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Raito had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the... Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is...
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine? Sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Listen, I tried to tell you. Phoenix might not have really tried to tell you, but I tried to tell you.
Oh, you're really something, Raito. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on moi.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
This guy!
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense.
Phoenix, what are you hiding? Are you just letting him talk and talk and talk? He's got something brewing. I wish I knew what the fuck he was brewing, but...
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Okay, Phoenix, can you let me, the player, in on your loops? I don't fucking understand. Explain!
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth. What could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold! The piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth! Oh! 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 I'm a dumbass! I'm a dumbass! I think... yeah, because there's no blood on the piece of cloth. But there's blood on everything else? I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I think if I'm right, I'm on to you. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh! But that piece of cloth
is perfectly clean.
Wait! There's no blood on it! Ah!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor sword. Man, that's dark. Oh, that's cold. Hi, Carpincho. Yes, I'm finally wrapping up Phoenix Wright. At least, this one. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you, personally, cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
No! Super Saiyan mode activated.
It's finally all over. Uh-oh. Who's objecting? Gant? Gant! Hey, I don't mind beating you up some more. Let's go. That was close, Raito. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Oh, this is how the book's gonna tie in because, hold on, let's take a quick sneak peek, ladies and gentlemen. No one shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. You shouldn't, yep, it's over. Presented must be relevant to the case on trial. It's relevant to the case on trial.
Order! Order! What nonsense is this?
Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect.
Remember, Aji? Earlier, all Raito here concealed a piece of cloth.
So then, what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair.
Ho, 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 ho. Did you actually think you could bash me in court?
It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
It seems, at last, time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
I assume the answer is I did not, but, just in case. I admit I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal! Shut up! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Edgy, don't listen to his lies!
He's nothing but a coward! You can't really believe... Shut up and let my future husband speak, thank you very much. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Clearly you refuse to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
This is indeed the Steam release. Because I originally started playing this on a DS emulator. I don't know if you saw when I originally started on the DS emulator, but I was having issues with the emulator. It was like just buffery and sucky and just, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great time. So then I got the Steam version and it's been a lot smoother ever since. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. Yeah, there were frame rate drops. The game was like buffering and just being really slow and just, it wasn't worth it. I totally understand missing like the charm of the like 3D, the DS pixel, but like it wasn't worth for the quality of the stream. I think this remake does a really good job of like make everything look nice and clean, but still kind of have the charm of the characters. DS emulators are pretty fun. It depends on the game, but yeah. This is my proof, Your Honor. Wait, I read this.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Maybe, if I'm pressing the correct buttons. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Well, couldn't you just... No, I guess they were different cartridges, weren't they? Were they? I have to check. I have to check my old stash. However, At that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Oh. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Nay, nay. Yeah, the only reason I still have my DS is for the Game Boy port. The Game Boy slot, because I don't have my Game Boy anymore. I just have the cartridges, so that's what I use. Otherwise I have my 3DS. Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago.
No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's chest? Or vest. Chest. Vest. Same thing. Oh, yes. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you! That's not terrifying at all. Never liked my... Yeah, I'm a fairy game. Is stuck on the DS. No one is okay. No one is okay. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out! What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the reinvestigate? Blah, 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 blah. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. Bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer, but everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. You broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Duh. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. Don't insult my boyfriend like that. Excuse you? One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. One day! Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Aji. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. Man, that's gotta be weird. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be, long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example of others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for the memories. Don't worry, he'll be fine. Now that you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. Sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I could see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Aww! Don't smile so sweetly like that! Oh, my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
There was nothing.
Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job. Don't be pretty and smiling over there. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Oh.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
not guilty! Yay! Woo! What about all the other shit you did? Shut up! Not now!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. At long last, it's finally over! At long last!
Oh gosh, that happy music just like cut.
Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. Oh, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Miss Mia Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years. You've done well. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Again. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty. And on top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Deja vu?
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago. Excuse me. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared how you react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Ah! That's so cute. Oh, sorry. Oh, Emma. Emma. Oh, look at the art. Oh, that's so cute. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I see that you guys have been chatting, but you're like chatting amongst yourselves, and it's so nice to see, so I don't want to interrupt. There we go. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. It is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. Oh, shucks! At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright? Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Oh, he looks so angry. Where was he hiding? In the closet? Hey! I just came to say congratulations. I will let you have her, Sir Frank. He's so sudere. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth! Right. Well, I'll be going now. No, come back! Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. Oop. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. Ah! He had his no, it's not too late for you. What do you mean? Shut up, it's not too late for you. Also, yeah, I mean, he did his own fair shit, but that's different. Huh. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Bullshit! Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. Ugh. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. He's an absolute prick. Edgeworth, stop being manipulated by older, disgusting men. Just stop it. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. It's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. Was it the power of friendship? No, the power of love. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. What the fuck are they talking about? This? 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 What are they talking? What is happening? I don't... What the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? Their partnership, okay. It seems I still have a lot to learn. I don't know what the fuck you're asking of me. Put me on the spot here. Is that the right piece of evidence? Wait, no, what? Did I fuck up? Did I fuck up? No, did I fuck up? Oh no, I can't redo it. What do you mean? No. Oh, damn. Oh, that sucks. When did I last save? I don't even know. Too long ago. Too long ago. You know what? Fourth save. I'll go back and check that out. I need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. What were they talking about? Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. I'm just your problem. Wrong song. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. The court of my heart. Farewell. No! The drama. The angst. I had better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation. It's a cute duck again. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Ah. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Look at them. So cute. So yes. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Science for quackers! I love it. And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. Oh, how dare! Of course, the most important one of all, my lover in the middle. A journey to rediscover myself. Gumshoe, please! I'm having my drama, my moment. Well, don't go checking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What? You think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. I don't know. I assume they were meant to like take her straight to jail right after the trial was over, but oh, that's fun trailer. Or not trailer. End credits. For a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
A gift from above.
Kiwi, how dare you! But also thank you for the bits! Yeah, you had to blow on the mic, I do remember. Yikes, I thought I was goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. I've been good, how are you? If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show. You can't shake me off that easily. Yeah, cocaine. That's it. Sorry, we're going through end credits right now. But I've been good, how have you been? And of course the dialogue just scrolls without me. Oh no, what's up? Beacons!
My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. That I can just like that Dick Gumshoe.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry for your loss. Damn. Will you be attending, will there be a funeral held? Thanks, Blue Badger. You always have such wisdom to share. I almost spat out my drink. Man, that still sucks though. I'm so sorry. Oh! What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with the steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in for me. She seemed one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Yeah, he kind of needs to be. Man, I hope you've been taking care of yourself though, Kiwi. I know losing someone's really hard. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The right way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Oh, I absolutely bet. Been through that once. All you can do is one step at a time.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, gotta go! Oh, his chair is quite red and doesn't fit in at all.
Yeah, just one day at a time. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And my phone's always available. You can always DM me or call me or whatever. We can just vibe. Or talk, whatever you need. Oh shit, Maya! Ah, nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm full-fledged spirit thing. Mystic Maya, afternoon training is about to begin. Coming! Well, see you around, Nick. Kobayashi. Oh, a spoil Joey? Sure. Oh, wait. Is my boyfriend gonna speak? Mr. Edgeworth. Oh! Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, it's like his resignation letter, probably, right? Yes, he is in this one. He's in the second case, I think. Was it the second one? Yeah. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, this is interactive now. Okay. Oh, let me see the photo. This was the first game, yes. Oh, look how cute. Oh, so cute. Capcom, achievement unlocked. Rise from the ashes. Yeah, I know pearls exist, but that's not yet. Damn, okay. That was it. I finally did it. It only took me several fucking streams. Oh boy. Finally solved it. I was gonna look up something super. What was I? Oh, I was gonna check Steam. I want to see if I got all the achievements or not. 6 of 30. I'm sorry. How? What? Oh, because of the other games. Duh. Oh, but then there are some others. Oh. They have a lot of funny achievements, actually. That's fun. That's cool. Yeah, you got 5 weeks to finish this game. Oh gosh. Alright, I forgot. So, oops. Oops! Ah, I meant to click on the game. So I think then you would do new game. Justice for All, Trials and Tribute. Oh, yep. So then you pick. So next will be Justice for All, which is fun. They are. I'm afraid to click on it because then it'll. Well, actually. Oh, does it remember? In this game, is it gonna like auto go? Okay, no, it shows like the episodes. Okay. The Lost Turnabout. Okay. This will be. I'm gonna take a break though. We've been playing Phoenix Wright a lot. So I'm probably gonna take a short break before going on with Trials and Tribulation. Justice for All. Well, I was about to say Trials and Tribulations, but that's this one. That's skipping a step ahead. At some point, I'll come back for Justice for All. Very last case of Game 3. Oh, cool. Gosh, that was fun overall, though. I really liked the first, like, Ace Attorney game. I forgot, like, I always remember the first couple of cases very vividly. And then afterwards, I didn't get very far on my own because I'd play with a friend. And I tried playing by myself, and then I just kind of forgot about it. But damn, that was good. I just remember just loving all the character, like, pun names and the jokes and just the fun, but then also still being so serious. It's so fun. Ghost Trick? I don't know if I know that one. Let me see. Phantom Detective? Nintendo DS. Oh, you know, I think I've seen some of the art from this before. I don't think I ever played it though, but I feel like I recognize at least some of the characters. Oh, for sure. Okay, this definitely must have been talked about before. I don't know why I never played it, but I definitely just looking at the characters, I definitely recognize them. It's so cool.